In each room, and we've divided the project up into phases to cover these, we will first of all replace the floors. Now, when you look at the floor, it is very badly worn in many places, and normally we would try and substitute new boards for the very badly worn ones. On this occasion, we've had permission from the conservation officer to replace all the boards. So we will be taking up the floor in its entirety, inspecting the structure underneath, the joists, the beams, and then we'll relay a brand new oak floor to historical dimensions, so the boards are all sawn in the same dimensions as the 18th century boards were, and we'll do that in all three rooms. And those will be the first couple of phases of work to do the dining room and the drawing room. Then we'll come back into the dining room and we'll restore the painted ceiling, which again, as you can see, is badly cracked, the paint has flaked, it's discoloured. So all of that will need to be cleaned, restored, taken back to its original finish, because in many places the colour scheme has changed. And so we've selected a particular time for the restoration. We'll go back to that. Once we've done the state dining room ceiling, we'll move back into the state drawing room, the temple room, which had a beautiful pink, gold and silver ceiling, which has now been replaced by all silver, gold around the edges and a sort of creamy, yellowy creamy colour. We're going to reinstate the historical colour scheme there, and so that will be the fourth phase of work. And the fifth phase we'll go back into the small dining room and do some work in there. We've also got some really exciting additional pieces, in that the chimney pieces in here in the state dining room and in the state drawing room were put in here when the originals were sold. We've tracked down the originals, we've scanned them electronically, and we should now be able to have copies made of those, again subject to funding, but also in the dining room here, the tapestries to go around the wall. So some very exciting additional pieces. And if we get that far, the small dining room had a rather lovely chimney piece that we've never traced, but we have images of it. It had a decorated ceiling, and if funding permits, we will look to reinstate those historical features as well.